What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, well, we're just going to take a quick look at, I guess, tokens overall, but specifically DEC and the overall circulating supply for DEC when we have the upcoming burn event, which is the Great Burning, the 5-year anniversary for Splinterlands. So you can see here we have 5.133 billion DEC currently in circulation. And I thought it'd be fun just to do something, with the community, or the community here on this channel at the very least, to do a little prediction and see where you guys think things are going to go. Now, I started to do this a little bit on stream, but I thought I'd make a video for it so that we can actually have a place where answers can be logged, or guesses, predictions can be logged, and we can come back to this video on June 29th once the event ends, see how much DEC there actually is remaining versus whatever people's guesses are. So the way that I'm looking at this, before we get into the whole prediction stuff. Now, when I think about how much DEC was burned for something like Land Phase 1, we burned a little bit over about like 1.1 billion DEC, I think, when all was said and done. And the truth is that it's not all said and done. There's still quite a few land plots that have not been surveyed yet, and there's still an opportunity for those to potentially burn a little bit more DEC. But again, I would say that we haven't seen anything significant. You can see here over the last week, for example, we're burning just a little bit more than 1 million DEC per day. So obviously, as we look forward, my hope, now this is not my prediction, my hope is that we can see another billion burned, actually maybe even another 1.1 billion, so that we get down to like the 4 billion range, right? Because we're at 5.1 billion now. Is that possible? I don't know. I mean, when you think about it, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money coming into the ecosystem, and it's not, at the end of the day, I don't think there's not enough incentives, in my opinion, for us to burn like another 1 billion DEC. So my official prediction is probably going to be somewhere around 300 million. In fact, I'm going to make it nice and easy. We're going to make it 333 million DEC. So therefore, my prediction is that once the event is over on June 29th, we're going to be roughly around 4.8 billion. It's a little bit more conservative, but that's just my thought process. Now, I'm trying to get these predictions, even though we know that Land Phase 1.5 is potentially going to come out over the next couple of weeks. I still think we're going to see a massive decline for DEC in terms of the supply before we see it go up. Because keep in mind, once Land Phase 1.5 is out, people will need DEC. They will need to go in and start burning SPS potentially for DEC, because there won't be enough, right? For all the staking that will be required, all the things that the team has planned. But with everything that's going on, with everything that's going on, I'm just going to assume that Land 1.5 is going to come closer to the end of June rather than any time earlier, just because it seems like there's a lot of other things that they have planned, which would be like tower defense, GLG. So let's just assume Land is going to be at the end, because Land could totally mess this whole little prediction thing up. But we're going to assume Land is going to be at the end. So therefore, June 29th, assuming there is, no Land, or at least no impact from Land by that, what is your prediction for where you think the amount of DEC supply will be at? I gave you mine, 4.8 billion. So to enter in, leave a comment with your official prediction, how much DEC total supply. So not how much totally burned, because there'll still be opportunities to burn through other ways, but how much DEC supply you think will be in circulation on June 29th as soon as the event ends. So I gave my answer, which is about 4.8 billion. And to close this out, I just want to say that there could potentially be some other catalysts outside of Land that would not increase, but again, actually decrease the amount of DEC. And I'm not really factoring these in, but I think it's worthwhile to at least consider. So we just had the passing of the proposal to change the pre-proposal process, which means I would expect probably some of those proposals that Matt was considering or talking about like months ago, namely Riftwatchers for DEC, coming into the mix. So keep in mind, Obviously we have a little bit more than a month, a little bit more than 30 days. If we get that proposal, it's going to go through the pre-proposal stage as well as the proposal stage. That's 2 weeks, right? 14 days. So towards the tail end, if Rift Watchers for DEC does pass and does get implemented in that way, you could see more DEC potentially burned. Again, we don't know what the details of that proposal will be. Matt had teased out wanting to burn DEC versus having it go to the DAO. But, ultimately we'll have to see what he decides and what the community responds to when it actually comes live, if it does come live. The other thing is that we do have a current proposal right now that is in the pre-proposal stage. It's an update to the market listing proposal or the market fee proposal, and that would burn an additional 2% of all market activity. So we already have the listing fee, right, which is 1 DEC. This would essentially add in more DEC getting burned. And whether you agree or not with the proposal, that's not what I'm trying to get at. It looks like it's passing right now, at least the last time I checked. It looked like it was passing. So assuming that it does, well, actually, you don't have to assume. Or we're not going to assume here. I'm going to leave it up to you. If it does pass, in your opinion, and it does get implemented relatively quickly, well, is that something that could factor in over the next 34 days, right? And again, I know I'm counting before we actually get into the burn event, but those are just the little things I'm going to give you to think about as we go through this. I think this is going to make June really exciting. Obviously, it sounds like June's already going to be super exciting regardless, but now we have this massive burn event. I think it's going to be fun to follow the leaderboards. And if you were here on the live stream, or if you saw the other video, we're going to be doing some side quest burnings to burn some of these common cards or these reward cards if we can. So that would actually add in some DEC, because we're burning a bunch of that. And if somebody wins all that DEC, like we're inflating DEC by burning a bunch of cards, and they choose not to burn that DEC in return, well, we might see a little inflation there. But I'll go ahead and leave that where I'll leave you guys with that. That is all I have. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. Again, you have to have your IGN in there, okay, so that I can send you, we'll say for whoever's the closest, we'll get a Chaos Pack. So, and I know Chaos Packs aren't worth much right now, but maybe one day they will be. So, and this is just for fun anyway, right? So put your guess in, which is the total amount of DEC in supply or in circulation on June 29th, as soon as this event ends, and your IGN. That's all I got. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.